Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pirate Perspective. I'm Harper Cook.
And I'm Alexis Hosky.
Let's see what life as a BHS student has looked like in the past week.
On Wednesday, we had FCCLA and FFA monthly meetings. Boys and girls tri-wrestling meet, where both teams lost against Smith Cotton and won against Tipton. BHS Chamber Choir participated in the Tri-County Conference Choir at Eldon High School, and the National Honor Society hosted a blood drive with a total of 41 units donated.
On Thursday, it was a pretty quiet day at home with a morning meeting for FBLA, and boys basketball played away at the California tournament against Eugene with a loss of 49-59.
On Friday, the girls had a loss of 58-68 against Harrisburg at the Mid-Missouri Invitational.
On Saturday, all district orchestra band had their concert. JV and varsity boys and girls wrestling had their tournament versus Chillicothe High School. The wrestling team placed 10th as a whole. For the boys wrestling team, Bryce Newham placed first, scoring 26.5 team points, and Jaden Davis placed third with 19.5 team points. For the girls, Asa Fiel placed fourth with 3 team points, Olivia Bottoms placed third with 16 team points, and Emerson Comagene placed second, scoring 20 points for the team. Although no sports were going on at home, BHS hosted a chess tournament, giving first place prize to junior Rowan Weemholt and third place to senior Kaylee Casey.
On Sunday, it was a quiet night for BHS with no events going on.
On Monday, Pirates had no school in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day, but the JV and varsity girls basketball team had a rescheduled basketball game against Moberly that night. JV won their game with a score of 33-0, and varsity also won their game with an ending score of 69-21.
On Tuesday, BHS Stuco kicked off courtrooming week with an assembly and PJ Day as the dress-up day. Later that day, boys JV and varsity basketball had an away game against Marshall, winning their varsity game with a score of 57-42. Also, girls JV and varsity basketball headed to Centralia, ending in a varsity loss of 46-57. And lastly, boys and girls JV and varsity wrestling had an away duel against Stover. Now we're going to have an interview with Jamie Foster and 2 of our courtrooming candidates. Take it away, Jamie.
What was your skit for the courtrooming assembly?
You go. Baseball?
So we did a baseball thing. She's the batter, and I hit her. She just charges the mound, beats me up, and I get drug off the court.
How did you come up with the idea for your skit?
Bennett came up to me in class, and I actually thought it was a horrible idea. But after arguing for like a couple days, and I just didn't really care anymore, I let him do it. Does that sound about right? Okay.
Thanks, Jamie. Now looking ahead, let's see what's going on around BHS for the upcoming week.
We start off Wednesday with FCCLA District Star Events competition in Westphalia. Courtrooming week continues. Girls and boys JV and varsity wrestling away at Osage, and boys basketball JV and varsity versus Hickman away.
Thursday, courtrooming week gets ready to wrap up. We have girls basketball JV and varsity versus Blue Oaks at home, along with the courtrooming coordination at halftime of the varsity game.
Friday is a hectic day around BHS with the 29th annual band pie auction and concert, boys freshman JV and varsity basketball versus Hallsville at home, and courtrooming wraps up with the dance that night from 9:30 to 11 p.m.
On Saturday, the boys and girls JV wrestling team head to Moberly for a tournament.
Sunday, all BHS students have a day of rest with no events going on.
Monday, the varsity boys basketball team heads to Eldon for a tournament.
On Tuesday, we have the JV and varsity boys and girls wrestling senior night and duel against Marshall at home. Now an interview with one of our wrestling seniors, Jacob Toma.
How do you feel about senior night approaching?
I'm really excited. I know the team is as well. We're all ready to wrestle in front of the home crowd. It's always really nice to have everyone, there cheering for us. And just looking for good matches and good wrestling.
How do you feel about wrestling impacting your life?
It's definitely made a lot of physical change. It's a hard sport to do. It's helped me grow a lot physically, emotionally, mentally. It's a trying sport, but you learn a lot about yourself.
What are your accomplishments?
Wrestling all 4 years, making it through, and somehow beating an injury 4 years in a row, and just taking whatever wins I can.
Thanks, Trenton. Thank you for watching this week's Pirate Perspective. I am Harper Cook.
And I'm Alexis Hosky.
And
And this has been Your View from the Ship Deck.